And it does it again. It just never fails to go right into the music. And we're back. We're back with the testing. Oh wait, can I get rid of this camera? Oh, you still can't see the profit level because of all my fancy schmancy. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to adjust this window down here. Can I? Oh, I guess that's one way to do it. All right. So let's see if we put that about right there. There we go. Now we can see everything. Just takes a little bit of finagling, and we got it worked out. So here we can see the profit now. I don't know how big that shows up on the screen. This is what we're looking at today on the real chart. The Euro USD. We got the 1 hour chart over here. You can see New York. Right there. So London was bearish. New York, kind of in a range. And that's where we like it. We like it to range because that's where you can make the pips. That's where you can make your money. The music's not too loud. But you see these blue lines? Excuse me. So this is where the cascade started, and this is where it stopped before it hit resistance. But then we can see that it dropped twice, so we can move this line here to about right there. If it would have continued down, I would have put this right here and continued the cascade. But since we hit some resistance right here, we're going to call this support and this resistance. And you can see on the 1 minute chart over here how that looks. We got up here would be our resistance, and down here is our support. We could probably change the colors. Let's see. Oh, there it is. So we'll call that resistance and set that to 4. Call this one support. Set that to 4. So there we go. And right now we are in a kind of I mean, here's the higher move. I mean, this is all just one big move. This is the 1 hour chart. If we go to the 4 hour chart, you can see this is all just one big move, and you can see the different levels of resistance. Let's turn that off. This one, ADR percentage. I honestly have no idea how that works or what it does. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. I mean, I know what the average daily range is. I really don't use anything else too much except market sessions, supports and resistances, and the ADR down here where it tells me the actual ADR. So on a 4 hour chart, ADR is 298, 362, 35. So we're looking at about 35 pips, 29 pips. So like an average of about 30 pips. And then you can see it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So we might be hitting resistance down here. These lines here, this red one is, if we go to the daily chart, no, that's the weekly chart. So Those are marked off on the weekly chart. This is the last week. This is the move last week. So we have, okay, that's what it is. I know what I'm doing, trust me. Oh, with that said, let me preface this stream with this is not in any way financial advice. I do not recommend you copy my trades or try to trade like me. It is risky, and the probability that you will lose a lot, if not all your money, are very high. And I am not a teacher, I am not an instructor. This is simply for educational purposes in the form that I'm trying to explain what I understand and how I see it. This is not expert advice in any way. Seek out a teacher or an expert elsewhere, because that is not me. But we can explore this together. That is what we are doing. We are just exploring, kind of looking at things. So this was last week's move on the weekly chart. I feel like, do we really have to do that every time? I don't know. I don't have a lawyer, so I could probably talk to my CPA about it and he can tell me. But anyway, last week we had this, oh, what would you call that? That's not like, I don't know the fancy names. I just see what I see. So we got this candle. You see there's a lot of selling pressure up here. Boom, they pushed it down. Price was going up, and it went up. And as soon as it went up, it just, whoever was up here, there was a seller up here that just cleaned everyone out. And if we go over to the left, you can see there is kind of an area right here where we got a lot of selling pressure. Especially so from here, let's where is my favorite toolbar? So we got right in this area is where we get a lot of action. A lot of selling. There's a seller there just looking to make money. And so every time price comes to here, seller invites himself to dinner and starts taking everybody's milkshakes. Seller invites himself to dinner and is drinking your milkshake. Seller invites himself to dinner and is drinking your milkshake. And then seller invites himself to dinner, and not only does he drink your milkshake, he decides that he's going to buy the ice cream store and closes it down. Just brings price down. Boom, all the way. Buyer comes back. Buyer finds some resistance, buyer breaks through, and here comes the seller yet again, and he pushes it all the way down. Buyer comes back. Buyer's not really not finding a lot of success, not as much as these sellers are. These sellers are aggressive, so you know somebody's trying to make or somebody is making a lot of money up in this area, just selling and pushing it all the way down. And again, we see it happening again. So once again, we're at this area where there is a seller who is just happy to make money. And you can either try to buy it, or you can ride the coattails of the seller and see how far he's going to take it down. And an interesting thing that I can see happening right here is there's a channel right here. So let me get out the we have a channel going on. Let me turn that off because that is not what we're trying to see right now, and make it just a solid line and magnet off. So we're in a channel right here. You can see the big channel happening, and then let's oops, wrong button. So we got a channel where it's just basically a sideways range. I mean a diagonal range. Ooh, it's really starting to hurt. I'm in a trade right now and it's $10 negative. So hopefully when Tokyo opens, price goes down. So let's look at this. We got a channel right here on the higher time frame, which is, this is the weekly, but also you can see it happening right here. And what I like about the market is the fractal nature of the market. There's something magnificent about it, something glorious, where there's a repetition to it. There's a pattern, but the pattern changes ever so slightly over time. And you can see it over and over and over again. Which is like right here. We have a channel right here, and then a drop. We have a channel right here, and chances are we're going to get a decent drop. Not right away though, mind you. This is a week. Each one of these candles is a week. But we can go into, let's say, the daily. We'll go into the daily chart. And you can see all the channels. So there's a channel right here. Let me let's do this one. There's a channel right here. Look at that. So we got a channel and then up. And then we have another little channel right here. Right there. And then a move. So there's channels and then you'll see a move happen. But it's all happening within this move right here that went from August, September 18th all the way to today, January 3rd. But it's going up and it's going down, and it's going up and it's going down. And you can see inside that move where it's going up and down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. So I don't really like playing with channels because you don't get an accurate look. This is just me. There's a lot of people out there who love their channels. I don't. I think it's easier to look at it as a range sideways. So that's why we'll look at it on the weekly. I'll look at it on the weekly chart. That's what these guys are. So this is last week right here. This is last week's bar, or last week's candle. And we have last week's high, which is resistance now. I turned off the magnet. We have last week's high. We have last week's closing price. And then we have last week's lowest price, which becomes support. So when this week we opened, let's go back to the daily and look at this week. We had Monday right here. Monday is this flat candle where price did nothing except move sideways because it was a New Year holiday. And then Tuesday, when the market opened, somebody must have done something because the dollar, it was sell the euro, buy the dollar. And so you see the euro's prices dropping, the euro just not having a good day. And then we come to right here. So you can see now that we have broken the low of last week already. And chances are, or I'll just say rather the probability is that we're going to have another bounce off of this, and then a bounce and a retest of last week's low, because that's where price broke through. So it broke through, retest, and then when it gets around here, which puts us, where does that put us? It puts us at that line that I drew before, right there, that resistance, where there is a seller who is just happy to sell everything. Right in this area up here. I don't know why I erased that box. So every time price came into this zone, the seller was just drinking your milkshake, closing everything. Buyer comes up, seller closes everything. Buyer comes up, seller looks like he's gonna sell. So that's what we're looking at. And this is the daily. So that's the weekly. This is the daily. This is what happened. This is Thursday. We're already on Thursday the 4th. How in the world are we on Thursday? Where's New York? 4th. Oh, because that's the daily. That's right. All right, so let's go down. We can go down to the 4 hour. Break it down. So there you go. Wait, did I just confuse the life out of myself? I think I did. Okay, so this is headed to the 4th. It's because Wednesday's market session is over, so it starts Thursday's market session. But we can see on the 4 hour chart. Let's get rid of this now. That's the zone that we're looking at where the seller is interested in just pushing that sell button. And here we are again. So let's get rid of this. This is what we are anticipating right now. So this is probably going to happen. Tokyo session. London session will probably take it up. And then New York session. I mean, depending on how far London can take it, New York session is probably going to just bring it down again. But, you know, take that with a grain of salt. That's what I'm expecting. And unfortunately, I sold down here at the bottom. And so you can see prices going up and it's not looking good for me. $9. I'm negative $9 right now. Which isn't bad, considering I made $10 in the New York session. So if I close now, I lose $9 and I'm up $1. Which is, it's just frustrating. So these this green and this red, I like to put the red for resistance, the green for support. And that's these ones right now. So let's make this chart our 1 hour chart. So this is now a 1 hour chart. Each one of these candles is 1 hour of time. And let's make this one our 5-minute chart, because that is where we work. I mean, 1 minute. So each one of these candles is 1 minute of time. Actually, we can do the 5-minute. So what I have here is in the current move, where did the seller step in? The seller stepped in at this point. Price came up, seller stepped in, brought it down. And not only did he bring it down from the top of the wick, he brought it down here. And then on the next bar, he just kept taking it down. We caught some resistance right here when the sellers tried to step in. But then when the buyers tried to step in, but then the sellers took over again and just pounded the buyers into the dirt. And so this is where they brought it before the sellers once again met resistance from the buyer. We have our famous end move right there. That is the move I'm looking for. Unfortunately, I did not play that move. I was a fool and I missed it. And I ended up buying or selling somewhere up here. So I was trading on the 1 minute and the 5-minute chart. and I didn't see this formation, and I kept selling. And if I would have been aware of at the moment, I could have seen that, oh, okay, on the larger time frame, it looks like my calling. That's my signal right there. That is what speaks to me. And I was just watching this guy here, and this guy here, and this guy here. And I was like, we're doing it. We're going down. We're going down. And it didn't go down. It went up, and it just kept going up. Look at that, just ever so slightly going up. So what I'm expecting it now is right here where we had resistance before. We can put a bar there. So we broke that. So it's looking pretty good that price is just going to take off, and I should probably close this trade. But I really want to wait and see what Tokyo does for me, because hopefully I can get it to a break even. I can get it to a point where, you know, I think I have 2 trades in right now. Let me see. Yeah, 2 trades. I have one for 5 or 0.05 and 1.03. So we have that point of resistance, and the next point is just way up here. So if price touches down again, which is usually the case, we'll probably see price bounce right here. Price breaks this resistance, and it's going to test here, and it could bounce up before moving. If that's the case, I need to close my trades as soon as it hits here. Best case scenario, price comes. Oh man, no, that's fine. Price will retest here and then bounce. That's the absolute best case scenario. So I'm going to be watching for price around this area in the next couple of hours, because I want to get out. I've been in this trade all day. That is way too long, and I'm not trying to get anything. I'm just trying to get out right now. I'm trying to get out with as little loss as possible. So at this point, let's see, 91.67. I'm going to be paying a lot of attention. In fact, I could probably set an alert for when price hits here. There we go. So now I got an alert. It'll let me know, hey, price is at 91.67. Go for it. Or I can just wait and see, okay, is price going to continue to drop so that if I can get down to here, I can make a little bit of money, maybe $5. I don't know. We'll see. But that's where I'm at on that. And the funny thing about is I'm doing all this. This is kind of just an amalgamation of everything that I've learned so far. I've seen people do it so many ways, so many different ways, and that's what makes trading so fun. You kind of just got to go with what speaks to you. You got to go with what you're comfortable with and what you understand. It's like I don't understand Fibonacci. For me, Fibonacci is hit or miss. It's somebody would be able to be like, okay, let's see. I'm going to throw a Fibonacci on there. And we are at this and expecting it to go here somewhere and then retrace and then boom. And it's like, sometimes I've gotten lucky with Fibonacci, but most times, you know, I lose. I lose it. And it's always when I think, okay, now I understand how to use Fibonacci. Now I get it. When it comes here, I'm going to go for it. But every time that happens, it just never works. So I don't use Fibonacci all that much. And that's exactly why when I see this move, the N, when I see something like that, that speaks to me. That's like, I get it. Or if I see something like this, the backwards N, right there, a backwards N, bam, that speaks to me. If I would have been paying attention, I could have caught that, but I wasn't. Same thing with here. If I would have been paying attention, I could have caught that, but I wasn't. I woke up late. I was tired. I hadn't bathed yet. I like when I start my day trading, I like to have breakfast. I like to have showered. I like to have taken the dogs out. And then I like to come in here and get my trading started. I trade with such a clear and focused mind with all that. But today I woke up at 8. The New York session starts at 8:30, and I had to sit for a minute on the side of my bed and kind of just rub my eyes and check the vitals and make sure that everything was in order. And then I got up and just popped the bag, stretched a little bit, and then trudged over to the computer desk and like blinked all the gum out of my eyes. So it wasn't a good day. I didn't start off well. And that's why I missed all of these sweet, sweet moves. But we see, okay, so we got price coming down. So if I could have left that up, which is what I was expecting, price to come down and then go up again, or to come down here and then go up. So that was what I was originally planning, and it looks like it's starting to do that. I just need it to come down a little bit more, just a little bit more. Let's see how much what my loss looks like now. So we were at 573. So at this point, instead of being out $10, I'm out $5, which isn't too bad. If I wanted to close it here, and then I could still walk away with $5 profit for the day. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see if it goes lower, because I still have that alert waiting. So this is what these are things that I picked up. We got the start here. We got the stop here where the buyer stepped in. And then some people will go into the 5-minute chart and break it down even further. Like they'll be like, all right, we got this level here. But instead of going like by where the sellers are, they'll gauge it by where's the resistance. So we have resistance right here. Resistance and then a drop. But then inside that, we have another spot of resistance right there. And then inside that, we have another spot of resistance right here. And then inside that, there's another spot of resistance right there. And so that's how they'll plan it out. Like, okay, we got all these little spots where we can take action. And so you see, you can take action here. You can take action right there. You can take action right there. You can definitely take action right here in this spot. That's the golden spot right here where there's a lot of interest. And even down here, there's a lot of interest right there. But I like to keep things simple. And just know that, okay, between here and here, there's going to be a lot of action. And since it touched down right here, chances are that it's probably just going to keep going up. And I should probably get out of this trade soon, because it's going to bounce at that spot right there. It's going to bounce right there, and it's not looking good for me. Probably should have closed at $5. Another thing I could do is change my stop loss to about right here, because I know if I set my stop loss right here, I know I'm not going to lose more than $10. But if I keep my stop loss at 35 pips, I could lose more than $10 if price goes up and just keeps going up and just keeps going up. And I don't know if I want to risk that. So I might change my stop loss. And that would be about 926. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to touch down one more time before it goes up. So after having said all of that, I'm just going to leave it. Let's get to the other thing. So anyway, that's my bias. I definitely think price is going up, but it's going down before it goes up. So if you're a scalper and you're trained like I'm trained by Jasper Forex, then you would probably, around this area, you would start putting in buy orders. Let me see, you would probably put in a buy order. Let's make these smaller and make them blue. So this is how we would do it. How we are being taught. You put in a buy order at this area. And if price goes down, you put in a buy order at this area. And if price keeps going down, you put a buy order at this area. And if price keeps going down, you put a buy order at this area. And then another one at this area. And then another one at this area. So that when price finally comes down, and you've got all these, so price is coming down, you're placing an order here, placing an order here, placing an order here, price stops, and then you collect on the way up. As price returns, this order closes, 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 and you just keep collecting until it burns out, and then price reverses. And then you start selling. So that's how we're trained as scalpers. And I kind of like that. It's like with this move right here, buying, 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 buying. You see the resistance here, so you start putting in doubling up, buy, buy, and then down here you get your momentum slowing down, buy, 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 and then boom, takes off. I was just a little slow on the uptake right here. So this is about where I started. I came in right around here. So I missed this move completely. And that is a tragedy. It's a tragedy because that's a nice move right there. That is a nice 43 pip move. I know people, whoever caught that is having a happy new year. No doubt about that. So let's go over to the test. Once again, this is Forex Tester. We are trading January of 2001. So we took it way back. We're not even using fundamentals. We are just trading 100% price action. And we're still expecting price to come up to this point from down here. See, and it's just like I told you on the chart right now. This is the 1 hour chart. We have the seller came in and sold all the way till we hit resistance. So we could probably move that to about right there when we hit resistance. And we are still expecting price to go up. So I wonder if on the 4 hour chart, will we have... No, I was thinking we had the reverse N or an N formation, and I don't see it. So we might be in a range right here. And there's only one thing to do. That's to hit play and see what happens. This is 1 hour chart and this is 1 minute chart. This is the chart we will be trading on. We are coming to the end of the New York session, so I'll probably just let it play out, and I'm not going to put any more orders in until New York. I mean, until, nope, there it goes. Of course. Of course, there it goes. Just taking off. Taking off without us. Ooh, man. Stuff like that really hurts. Cause look, it's headed right to our target. It is headed right to our target. Right there. This line right here. It's going right for it. So if we're lucky, it'll find resistance here at this point. Maybe come down a little bit to about this point right here. And this is the point where the buyer can't break, but he breaks right here. So now he broke this point right here. And as usual, maybe expect a retest of this support before it goes up. So if it comes down again, we'll put in a buy order. However, the New York market is closed and we'll wait for the next one. Let's speed it up a little bit. See what happens. It looks like, okay. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't break yet. I don't want it to run. I want to get in, but I'm going to wait for the Tokyo market before I start placing orders. And you can see we got kind of an end formation developing. We got up, down, up. So let's see. That's the one that calls me. That is my signal. Uh-oh. That's not good. We have a reverse end formation. Now we have one down, two up. And if this one comes down, we're either going to be able to buy at a better price or it might be a sell. Like it just might drop. So let's continue watching and waiting. All right, so it's not any formation. It's just, it's stagnant. It's going nowhere. There's no, there we go. All right, there we go. So we got our test. I'm going to go ahead and buy. Let's put in an order to buy. Set everything up and let it ride. Oh, broke my heart. Yeah, I think we'll just hold on to that one. Come on. Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to. You know it. You know it. Oh, there we go. Bam. Sealed the deal right there. Would have been better if we would have waited just a little bit longer, but it did get to our price. And we went for it. We had to wait a little bit. We had to wait an hour. But we made it. And we waited so long because this is kind of in the middle of nowhere. I think this right here might have been the opening, the Tokyo opening. We're still expecting it to head up to here, so I'm just going to keep buying. We're going to slow it down. And we're going to watch this chart. I think that was the problem, is I was watching the 1 hour chart. If I was watching this chart, I could have bought here, bought here, bought here, bought here. So let's watch. So we're using the 1 hour chart to give us our direction. Which direction do we want to go in? Do we want to buy or do you want to sell? And if we want to buy, we want price to go up. If we want to sell, we want price to go down. And so we want to buy because we believe price is coming up here. And that's why we bought here. So let's keep buying. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Price is coming down. Nope, price is going up. Just waiting to see what happens. I mean, I think it would be safe to buy, but I would like to see price come down to about right here, maybe. Back to... What's going on here? Okay, price to come back to around here. 94.19. Okay, 94.19, so that's what we're looking for. And if it takes off, it takes off. We miss it, and we'll just trade again later. That's a real important frame of mind you have to get in. If you don't catch the wave, catch the next one. You'll catch because it's an infinite ocean of just waves and waves. And if you don't catch this trade, you'll catch the next one. So don't force the trade. Don't force it. If you force the trade, if you just itching so bad to be in a trade, you're going to lose. You have to get that feeling under control. You have to get that feeling. You have to kind of just mute it. That notion that I got to be in a trade. No, you don't have to be in a trade. You have to be in a winning trade. That's what you need to get into. And that's will give you more patience, and it'll put you in the mind frame to be patient, to be like, I want to be in a winning trade. So I'm going to wait. And if I don't make this trade, there's always next time. So this looks really, really good. I'm going to buy right here. I'm watching the 1 minute chart. If it goes down, I could probably buy again. But if it goes up, even better. Maybe put in another order. Maybe speed things up a little bit. You are teasing. Just teasing. Yikes. So I'm definitely overextended. Yep. Yep. And this is what I was afraid of. But you can see we are still at this area right here. We're still here. And I probably should have just had that one order opened. As you can see now, our two trades together, that's negative. We're out $10 already. But what is this? Is price returning? Can it be? At this point too, when do we break? When do we decide that enough is enough? That this is not going in the direction we wanted to go in? And that's a hard question to answer, because every trade is kind of like a life of its own. It's hard to say, okay, when it hits $10, I'm out. If it hits $15, I'm out. If it hits $5, I'm out. Because every instance is unique in the sense that you can't just assume, and you can't just look at what's happening and say, yeah, I'm out. Like right now, I still think it's going up to here. So I'm reluctant to close, not because I'm hoping and I want it to reverse, but because we're at this zone right here. And based on what I've seen, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm trusting my instinct, my gut right now, that price is going up. And I might get stopped out, and then price will do that. So the thing is, yes, I was right. Where did I go wrong? I went wrong by putting two trades in, by overextending myself, by entering at the worst possible place. And those are the things that made this trade bad. It wasn't that I didn't know what price was doing. It was that everything else needs work. I need to get better at entering. I need to maybe go for smaller size and I need to make sure that I don't blow up my account. So we're about to find out now if all that is going to happen. So now if we look, what happens after this is going to be a huge indicator, because I'm seeing an N formation. We got the one, we got the move up, one candle down, or one bear candle, another bear candle. And what happens here? If this is a bull candle, we got our information. We got the thing that calls me. We got my signal. So I'm going to wait and see what happens. If this fails, then I'm probably just going to close it out because it's lost. But so far, it's looking pretty good. I'm seeing the end. We just need to wait and see. And see, that's the other thing too. If I would have just waited, okay, what is this candle? Because I was thinking this was a 3-bar reversal. Go 1, 2, 3, and then up. But then we got the failure over here. So I anticipated that, and it didn't play out like I hoped. With this one, I'm anticipating it. If it plays out like I hope, we got 2 good trades waiting. If it goes against me, we're probably back into like 190 bucks instead of over 200. But the other thing too is if I would have just waited for this signal, I would have been in a better position to make a trade, to place a trade. So let's see, what is it going to do? What are you gonna do? I like what I'm seeing. And formation, bam, we're there. Look at that. That is my jam right there. That's my jam, the N formation right there. So if I would have just been a little bit more patient, instead of 3-bar reversals is something that I'm trying to get better at. But like I said, there are things that speak to you that when you see them, you know, like, oh, this is mine. And the 3-bar reversal isn't one of those things for me. But the N formation, that's my jam. And look at right there. We got the N right here. Bam. And closed both of my trades. We went from 209 to 218. So yeah, I'm a little excited about that because we got to see it happen on screen. It's pretty cool. And of course, our goal is still this price right here. So now we have a bounce off of support in this area, and now we're headed to the next resistance before we break through our target price. Will it hold? That's gonna be something we'll have to watch tomorrow because I gotta get ready for work. So maybe I shouldn't do Minecraft during the day or at night. I think I wasted a lot of time with Minecraft today. I probably should have just jumped into this because that was exciting. I don't know about you guys, but I really thought that was cool. We saw it play out. Both my trades closed in profit and nailed it. You know what? Let's just keep going just to see. We have our targets. This one didn't get drawn on that one. You know what I did wrong. But we're gonna wait for a bear candle and we're gonna go in. Come on, give me a big juicy bear. Oh. Let me see that move. Come on. Here we go. No, don't break yet. Don't break yet. Oh, man. Okay. That's it. Is it? Is it, though? I don't know. See, this is another thing that you have to deal with too. So that played out good. I'm on top of the world that I saw my move and I got 2 good trades. I'm up, and it's gonna, your ego is gonna inflate, and you're gonna feel good. You're gonna think you got it. And I've seen this happen so many times that now I'm just super cautious. Now I'm like, is this the one that I want to get in? Is this the one that I want to get in? And I missed this opportunity. I missed this opportunity. I'm probably going to miss this opportunity. I'm waiting for price to come back down to our line here, our area. But I'm being so cautious now that I just might miss the move completely, and it's going to hit our target, and I'm not going to be in it. And that's just what happens. That's just something that you have to deal with when you're learning how to trade. You have to overcome the hubris, overcome the arrogance, overcome the defeat, and overcome the fear that comes with winning, because you will get a fear from winning. It just happens. So I am waiting and waiting. See, there it goes. It's moving without me, and I can go ahead and jump in now. But I'm not feeling too good about this trade because it's so close to the top that we could get a complete price retracement all the way down to this level at this point. So I'm taking a huge risk buying this high. And I don't feel good about this trade at all. Come on. It closed. And there it goes. So that's, I mean, look at that. I could open an order right here. And I might feel a little lucky. And since it didn't really close above, I could put my take profit there and be like, yeah, so this is hubris. This is what happens. You start to get confident. You're like, I'm going to take a little bit more. And since I know that it's coming up here, it's bounced off here, we're good. And let's see what happens. Let's see where that gets us. Ooh. Let's speed this up just a little bit. Now we're out $7, $5, and it's just fluctuating. It's going, see, it's going back to this price again. The good news is, I think I see an N happening. The bad news is way too soon to tell. And it is not looking good. Oh. Stop loss. What were we at? $218. We're now back down to $205. Easy like that. Your money just gets taken away from you. Everything we earned in this session, from here to here, all the money we made, gone like that. And we're back to square one, $205. So you got to watch out that I mean, and it's funny because I don't feel good about this trade. I didn't feel good about this trade. I think we got lucky here. This trade hit, and it was just like it looks good, but look at what happened. Man, so it's tough. It's a psychological game that we're playing here. You got to get yourself in check. Because, man, back down to 205. Brutal. And it hurts the ego. It hurts the confidence. It instills fear. And it should. At this point, I said, it's too high. It's a bad place to put in an order. But what did I do? I put in an order. And I got lucky. And that just inflated the ego a little bit more. And then I put in another one. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Man, so I don't know. It's rough. This is why practice is important too, and why journaling and even doing videos like this, because I can talk myself through, okay, so what happened? Price went up, I got too high. I should have just stopped. You know, I should have stopped after this, because these, I feel like I got lucky with these two trades right here. And that's where I should have stopped. And then this trade happened, and that really made me feel maybe a little too confident. And then I just was like, well, it's going to hit here and bounce, and that's not what happened. So you can go back and you can look at this. If you have a journal, you can read your journal. What happened and where did it happen and why did I start blowing up my account? So the smart thing to do now is to just step away. I could keep trading, but with the mind frame that I'm in, where it's like, ouch, it hurts. It's just not a good place to trade. I'm not in a good place right now. So if this was real life, I'm stepping away, taking a break, going for a walk, playing with the dogs. So that was our session today. And that was a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad, a little bit of analysis, how some traders break down what they're going to do. And as you can see, we still got this coming down. So I think I'm $5 out at the moment. Yeah, about $6 out. Still expecting price to retest this support level before it jumps up. But we'll see. Anyway, if you were in the back, you were here before, I saw you. Appreciate that. You're here now, and I can't tell you how much that means to me. So thank you. Hope this was informative. Maybe you want to learn how to trade, and we can shoot the bull sometime and just talk shop. But other than that, everybody else that decided to stop by and check in, thank you so much. I will see you. Oh, almost forgot. Before I go, always remember that neurons that fire together, wire together. See you next time. I think that was a good session, because it showed the good and the bad, and the lucky and the unlucky. So when the unlucky happens, it can be devastating. Huge losses.